Okay, we're good then. Let's go. All right. So first, thank you guys for joining. Obviously, carving out some time to chat with me, and obviously about this. Let's just start. We're gonna try to go in chronological order here. So Joyo, we're gonna start with you. Obviously, you had a lot of success in your come up with Queso and Moist and the original trio. Just walk us a little bit through like your feelings after that team disbanded. You all kind of went your separate ways, and obviously you stuck with Moist for a long time. I think it was very clear seeing your tweets about leaving Moist that they treated you well. You really enjoyed playing for that org. So talk to me a little bit about that from the jump to kind of where we are now.
I mean, after like the original roster like slowly left, because I Ventura left first, and
Yeah,
then me and Rice still stuck for like a little bit. Um, but yeah, when we all were like on different teams or like apart, I wanted to stay with Moist. I don't know, I trusted them, and they like gave me a lot of support. I mean, they picked me up when I we were. I mean, we did do good, but they were still like the one org that like put a lot of trust in us and faith in us. So
yeah,
I wanted to stick with them, and I mean, I got a lot of like control like over who he
sure,
would be able to play with and stuff, and uh, we just didn't. I guess I have the pull or like the
sure.
we didn't have the aura to get some players that I might have wanted, but
Yeah,
like there was still like some like I don't know. Like, I pretty much just found myself like scouting out talent who might be like a season, a few like splits too early, but like I didn't have much else while I'm moist, and like I would try and get like people like I mean I try to get Oski like before I'm moist and like stuff like that, but it's never seemed to come off. I was always just left with like
yeah,
trying to find talent. I mean, like obviously some of them, like some of the players I played with in the past, like after that, went really good. I mean, GC just won a major, but like it was sort of his come up playing with me, and it was like the start of his career, like at the top. So I don't know, I never really got any like big names or like anything able to join.
yeah.
And then yeah, it just got to the point where I don't know, I felt like a change was necessary, and I had Archie and Oski wanted me, probably like the best team that I'll be able to get for a long time. So
Sure.
it just I don't know, my like stuff looked good, it looked possible, so it was like the best choice.
Yeah. Well, then we'll rewind a bit and we'll go over to Oski. Obviously, a lot of success with the Liquid team. Maybe not getting the victories at the international level that you would have liked to achieved, um, but still nothing to nothing to have your head down about. But that team ended up going their separate ways. Obviously, we had some big shakeup in this extended offseason between last season and this one. Oski, how did you come to the decision to join Oxygen?
Uh, I think the main reason was like we didn't really want to stick after Worlds,
Yeah,
considering. I mean, Atal like wanted to leave and join KC from like the get go. I think because he's like his English is good, but obviously he prefers speaking French.
right.
And once like he kind of told me that, like I started looking because I wasn't really a fan of like sticking anymore. To be honest, we played for 2 years.
Sure.
We didn't win a LAN that we like thought we should have. So I don't know. I just messaged Archie and I spoke to him a lot, and then I don't know. I just like chose. I chose quite quickly. To be fair, people might say it's like
Yeah,
a bit dumb, but I mean I don't really care.
right.
Just the right move in my opinion.
Well, Europe's it's at least from my perspective, it's a little different, obviously, because NA everybody speaks English, and so you just don't have that dynamic at play with all the players here, and so it's always an interesting thing to hear that is like a piece of the decision making. Not obviously not the whole thing, but a piece of the decision making with rosters and where players go. So um, I'm sure it's a good thing in some situations, and also can be kind of limiting probably in other situations. Well, let's flip over to Archie then. Archie, been here for a long time at this point. You've
Yeah,
rolled through, I mean, I don't know how many iterations of different rosters, right?
yeah, too many.
What do you think about what we have just built here? You've got Oski and Joyo. A lot of people consider these some of the best players in the world. Um, Give me your initial thoughts right here, and what are you thinking about moving forward into this next split?
Well, I mean, I think like we've changed teammates too many times. Like I
Sure.
kind of wanted to have like a longer period with a certain team, but it never really happened. Like certain like circumstances, like not just in game. Like people think like roster moves is just in game stuff. Like out of game is just as important in my opinion. Um, so yeah, I think like now this team is like like on paper, like the best roster we've built, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think it's got the most potential as well to do the best
Yeah.
in tournaments.
Snasky, you are kind of in between all of this, joining Oxygen whenever EXO came aboard as well. And so, you know, we hear Archie's perspective, a lot of turnover here in the org. Do you think that that's anything that you can have an impact on? And then, of course, similar question to Archie. What are your thoughts with these three talents? You have plenty of experience as a player and a coach now. What are your thoughts with these three talents moving forward and your chances in Europe and abroad?
I don't really know if I can have an impact on it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the times it's a lot more circumstantial than people think. Like it's a
Yeah.
lot more behind the scenes stuff. It's very rarely like a skill issue. It is sometimes.
Sure.
But a lot of the times it's just like, how do you gel outside the game? How do you handle losses? How do you handle wins even? Like it, and you know, some of it comes down to coaches, but I think a lot of it has to come like naturally. And I think
Mhm.
that's why like the French has such a, you know, so many strong teams, is because that they're, most of them or many of them that are teaming are very naturally friends outside the game. And you know, that's what we had when we came here with EXO as well. I was the outside on that team, but
Yeah.
EXO was friends with both Oski and Archie, which also made this really tough, right? But you know, and it's the same bringing Joyo in. Now we have English players that all know each other and has known each other for a long time, and it'll make that part of the game much easier and should, you know, stabilize the roster a lot more. And yeah, the three individual players on this team is like, you know, possibly, very arguably, the three best outside the French region in Europe that you can
Right.
find. So there's no real excuse for us now to not really make this work compared to what we had in the past.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think, like you said, very possibly, and if not possibly, arguably, the best roster you could build outside of those top teams. Well, have we had any scrims yet? I know a lot of times roster moves happen before scrims, but have we had any scrims yet? And if we have, how have they gone thus far? I see some grinning over here. Why don't we throw it to Oski first?
I think they've been as good as they can be, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't really. I'm not gonna name names, obviously, but I don't think we've lost a scrim yet, to be honest.
Okay.
Like quite comfortably.
Feeling
Each
good
one,
then.
so feeling good, man.
That's what I like to
We're
hear.
feeling very good.
And so it's probably safe to assume that you guys all feel pretty comfortable, like naturally. Nobody's having to kind of alter their play style at the moment. Everybody just kind of fits with what they like to do.
Yeah, we have like weirdly like this natural synergy
Yeah.
for like no reason, that we just like know what each other are doing. Especially like, I don't know, I feel like our comms are like really good, which just like lets us like know what each other is doing with the players and stuff like that.
Archie, I saw you grinning as well. I guess a similar sentiment there.
Yeah, it feels good, man. Feels good. I don't really know what to say. Like it's only the first like 4 days, so I
Yeah.
can't really speak. Cause,
Right,
like,
right.
like you never know. Like we got to see what we do in the tournament, bro. Like I
That's
don't really
right.
care about scrims that much.
Yeah.
Because like I've had like teams where we just dominate scrims, and then in tournaments when we're not winning. So like, what's the point in talking about scrims?
Sure. Well, let me ask one more question here, and then we'll see if we can field a couple from the chat here before we go. But Joyo, London
Yo.
is a special place, right? Isn't that the
It
first
is,
land
yeah.
that you went to?
It's the first line I watched. It's the only line I won.
That's
So,
right.
yeah, it's most special to me.
So what would it mean to go back to London here to knock out one of these French teams that have had a chokehold on the region and really the world? And, you know, on the back of a big move here, I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. All eyes are going to be on us. They're going to be looking. Everybody wants to see, can you guys step up and knock one of these top 4 teams out? What would it mean to you, Joyo, to go back to London and rep the team there?
I mean, London's like my favorite LAN, obviously. I mean, sentimental in it.
Yeah.
Like, first one I watched. But I mean, you gotta keep the expectations grounded, you know? Go
Sure.
game by game. Like Archie said as well, like scrims are just practice, even though they're going well. Gotta
Yeah.
keep focused, like not get complacent, I guess. But I mean, I'm confident that we like have the ability to make London, and
Yeah.
I don't think that when we make London, like our sight should just be on beating a French team. Like we're there to win. So I
I
think
like that.
I'm confident we have the ability to do it. Just
Yeah.
need to stay focused and like disciplined, and we'll be fine.
Stay humble and stay hungry.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I also I think that's a great perspective. You know, you're not. The community may be throwing these narratives of like, can you guys knock off the French? But you guys are not worried about that. You're looking at something greater than that and trying to be a team that wins events. And I love that. All right, let's see if the chat has any questions. Y'all throw anything for any of the specific players or the full team. Drop it in the chat right now. I've got a couple that I fielded earlier. Joyo, this is for you. Will you dye your hair green?
I mean, we'll see. Yeah, I'm open to it. I mean, I went back to I went back to brown because my hair was getting quite damaged. I had to get a buzz cut, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I can sacrifice it again.
All right, so
for
it's on the
for
table.
the badge. Yeah, I'll sacrifice it for the badge.
Okay, it's on the table. We'll see. And then this, I'll just throw to all three of you guys. Are you a shoes on, socks on, or free the piggies kind of player?
Free the piggies.
Wait, like,
That's the question. I just copy pasted.
well, socks. No, socks need to be on, like, guaranteed, bro.
Well,
Like,
when you're
He
playing,
plays without their socks on, bro.
no, man, the NA guys definitely play with no socks, bro.
NA guys,
swear if you're like-
NA's dogs out.
Yeah.
I swear if your like feet are like cold, like your hands also get cold or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, warm hands is like the most important thing, like warming up and stuff. So I mean, yeah, I play with socks on at least, but I can wear like slippers or something as well.
Yeah. So
Get
what's
cozy,
That-
get
Yeah.
cozy.
That is the most English thing ever. They all wear slippers, by the way. Every time they're inside, they all wear slippers. It's so weird.
That's funny. Yeah, I remember, I think it was Jack that was talking about doubling up on his socks for that reason,
What?
trying to keep the feet warm.
Interesting.
Yeah. He did.
Yeah. Okay.
How
let's see
bad is
here.
your circulation if you need to like double up your socks?
I mean, the man is sitting down for like 16 hours a day. Like his
Yeah.
circulation must be ruined.
True.
Snasky, we've got a question here for you. Has your coaching style changed over the different iterations of the Oxygen roster or like the different teams that you've been with?
Yes, a lot. I think when I came back, like I was on a small hiatus during COVID. I came back during COVID, and when I came back, I was like, okay, I want to try and do something completely crazy. So when I first got on with Talk Yu-Gi-Oh and EXO, I was very strict, and I wanted to like make a system, like a full system.
Yeah.
I was like, if there's coaches in football that can do it, or soccer for the Americans, if they can do a really strict system, it can work in Rocket League as well. And gradually as I went along, I was like, okay, it does not quite work. So I became a
Sure.
bit more relaxed, and I feel like the better the players got, and the better players I got to work with, the more relaxed I could be about it, and just be like, yeah, you should think about this, but you're free to do what you
Right.
feel in the moment. So yeah, it's gone from being probably the strictest coach you'll ever hear of to like nowadays I'm a lot more open-minded, and I feel like as long as you're on the same page in Rocket League, you can play however you want.
Yeah.
So the guy's opinion matter a lot more to me now than my own opinion does. So
Yeah.
I'm sort of just like a narrator between the guys, really try to help them figure it out between each other.
Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, obviously the different personalities probably impact things as well, as like you mentioned, the really the skill level, I
Yeah.
guess.
For sure, and like, how do you match up against the opponents? I feel like, again, very similar to football or soccer,
Sure.
where like if you meet an opponent that's like clearly better than you, you kind of have to take it from defense and work upwards.
Mhm.
Whereas if you're meeting someone that's clearly worse than you can kind of start on the offense, and then you don't have to worry that much about defense. So it's it's changed quite a bit.
Yeah. Okay, I've got a question here, but I'm gonna adjust it just a little bit. If we go major, can we all rock mustaches together?
Yes. Let's go.
I'm down,
Yes.
bro. I'm actually
Let's
down.
go.
Come
bro.
on,
Let's
that's
I
go.
mean,
what
all
I
the
like.
parents will keep their kids away from me, but I'm down.
Nah.
That's funny. Okay, we'll do a couple more and then we'll let you guys go. I got a question here. So we had a couple of, and obviously you guys know, but not everything has been published just yet officially. But we made a move here over in Europe. Looks like Magnifico's probably going to make a move, and then you've got the rumors of Complexity, maybe a couple other SAM teams. I don't know exactly who. And then you've got like Rule 1 announced their stuff. Do you think that are there any moves that like caught your eye that you think has really elevated a team? Is there anything that are you guys tapped into it at all, or do you not care? What are your thoughts about this trade window around the world? Archie?
I don't think any of the trades have like upgraded any of the teams like crazy, to be honest. I mean, the complexity one, like I keep hearing like Diaz is like insane, but like I've never seen him play, so I have no idea about that. And like
He
in
Q'd
EU,
you for like he Q'd you for like a week, and he was like really good individually, but he was lagging. So I don't know.
yeah.
Well, that may be it. Like
that could be it.
he's a monster on the 1v1 field, but y'all know like that you got to translate that to threes. So
yeah.
That's definitely the one that's caught my eye as well, though. What about over here in Europe?
I low key think that like we're the only team that have like clearly benefited from like a trade, I guess.
I think Europe also did a really, really good job of consolidating in the offseason. You know, those 4 teams, they shuffled up some, but they did a really good job of consolidating up top. Were y'all caught off guard by the obviously potential Stizzy coming to NA?
Yeah.
It just feels so random.
That's like a random. That's a random move, bro.
Yeah,
like,
that's a really random
move.
move.
I don't know like how they like started talking, but like it's so random, bro. But
he's just following in CRR's footsteps.
If it
works, bro. Yeah, if it works, it works. So
I think he would be really good in there, to be honest.
Yeah.
He might just find it like easier.
The thing is too is like after that 1 and 2 spot in North America, it really is wide open. There's like 5 or 6 different teams that could grab those final 2 spots for majors. So I mean, who knows? Let's see. We got any more? Okay, this will be good. Which one of you 3 players has the most aura?
In terms of what?
Yeah, can I be the ref?
In terms of what?
Can I be the ref?
Yeah, Snazzy.
No, like what type of aura? What type of aura?
What type of aura? What aura?
What are we
in-game aura. In-game aura.
We'll say in-game and then out of game.
Okay, in-game is on me. In-game ain't me anymore.
Let's be honest. Archie's gonna
it's 2020.
Out of game, he's gonna say it's him. That's guaranteed.
I was not gonna say no. I was just gonna say in-game ain't me. I was gonna say in-game ain't me, bro.
Archie says in-game it's not him. Okay.
But back in 2020, bro. Maybe. But now, hell no.
If it got to like 2021, then I'd have you in that as well. To be fair.
Now it's like depends what you want, bro. Like,
what if we go 2016, boys?
I'm still going
2016. Back in 1500 BC when Snazzy was a pro.
Bro, I must have been
Snazzy, you have to choose. Snazzy, you have to choose because it's like
you're the ref, bro. It's a bit weird. You got to pick.
Jesus, you guys are just
all right, Snazzy. In-game aura. Who is it?
You literally said you wanted to be the ref, bro.
I feel like this.
What?
I mean, I thought we meant like out of the game, like just in general, you know.
All right,
I didn't think
okay,
go on. I'll go.
You don't have to say in-game. Out of the game, who's got the most aura?
Do both, bro.
Out of the game, Joyo for sure.
Oh,
yeah. He got the wave going. The wave. He plays so innocent.
Yeah.
He plays so innocent, but he's actually not.
I'm disgusted.
People can't believe it.
It's definitely it's Archie. It's
disgusting, bro. I'm disgusted. I think it's Hoodie, bro. I think it's Hoodie, but
oh, for sure. Hoodie definitely got more aura than any of us combined.
Nah, that's true.
Okay. Well, I think. Unless y'all got any stuff that you want to talk about or maybe ask each other or mention or whatever, I think we're good to go.
Hoodie, I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
Is the trim ever going to get cut?
The hair?
Yeah. Is it ever going to be cut?
Absolutely. Man, I actually cut almost 14 inches of hair off early last year. I donated it. The reason I have long hair is so I can grow it out and then do a donation. They just make wigs out of hair donations for people that, just different circumstances where they can't grow hair or they're sick or something like that. So that's why I grew it out. And I'll probably do like 1 or 2 more donations and then I'll probably go buzz cut. It's annoying, bro. It's too much work.
Gold.
That's fair.
A big respect.
What happened to the hats? I missed the hats.
I know. Okay, so the hats, I do love wearing the hats, but the problem is it gets hot as hell where I live. And so when summer rolls around, I did not want to wear the hats. That's actually why I put the bangs down so I could wear it. I have a style to wear without a hat on. Mm-hmm. What y'all think about the bangs? Is it crazy?
It's a little bit
it's cold, bro.
I think
it looks cold.
It's very Hoodie.
I think you got to slick it back, bro. I think you got to slick it back.
Yeah, slick it
back.
I think
just slick it back. Just slick it back.
Cow the Dragon, bro. Like Cow the Dragon cool.
Man's exposing his hairline now. Careful, Hoodie.
Bro, the thing is, I think
We
that's
gotta
part-
be careful.
I think that's part of
That's
why I
not
wanted the
bad.
bangs, because I think the hair is starting to creep back a little bit.
No,
I
that's
can
not
hide
bad.
it.
That's fine.
You
That's
should
fine.
see
that's
Archie's.
not bad.
Archie's hiding.
Bro, Archie's got like a
mad
5
hair.
head, bro. He's got a 5
Brilliant.
head.
Look at that.
iPad.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Roll on.
Nah, but just do the 4.
Huh? 4 fingers.
There you go. Forehead. Look, there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, well played, bro. Well played.
All the kids are always hiding it nowadays.
right.
You gotta embrace it.
Gentlemen,
Wow,
I
bro.
am super excited. Joyo, welcome to the squad. Thank you
Thank
again
you.
for making some time to do this. I mean, I know that I'm not alone when I say this. I'm so excited to see you guys play this this split. I'll be cheering my heart out. I hope that we qualify for London. Hey, look, the points are heavier in split 2. We're still in a good spot. We pop off. We do our thing. You guys, reach the levels that we all believe you can. We find ourselves in London. We find ourselves at the World Championship. OXG on top, baby.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, let's game. Let's game.
Let's
Let's
game.
Let's game.
All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.